So, don't you think Xhaka and Wilshere complemented each other quite well?
I've watched them play in the last few games, and I think that they both bring out the good parts of each other.
No, it's because in the last few games they played in a 3 with Robbie, but in a 4 I wanted to see them in a 4, because when Xhaka and Ramsey plays, Ramsey tends to play in Ozil's position. He keeps going forward and doesn't track back. So, but Wilshere, he tracks back as well. So, do you think he complements better?
No, I understand where you're sort of coming from with that. Alexis Sanchez, I want to hear about him, because a lot of Arsenal fans have been quite detrimental about him. 6 goals in his last 9 Premier League games. I know he might not be signing a new deal, but how amazing was he today?
Yeah, he was very good in the second half. If it wasn't for him, he would have drew or lost that game, to be honest. And another thing is, he keeps taking Lacazette off 70 minutes. That's very frustrating. Why can't he take... Why he could have taken Xhaka off or someone else off to bring Coquelin on.
Yeah, well, do you know what I would say? What I'd argue with that, he was 3-1 up. The idea of Coquelin was meant to kill the game off and tire the game out. You may not want to keep all your attacking players on whilst doing that. So your manager gets a hell of a lot of stick for not closing out games. I know you did concede later on, but to see him go out there and actually try to shut the game off, I didn't think was negative.
No, but Lacazette didn't play a full 90 minutes. He's not played a full 90 minutes at all. That's the problem. And a lot of strikers, they get their goals in the last 10 minutes. It's like Lukaku gets a lot of goals in the last 10 minutes. So many strikers get... that's the reason he's not been getting many goals, to be honest.
Because he's not being allowed to stay on the pitch whilst the team you're playing is tiring.
Yeah, because he's a clinical finisher, and he should be kept on, to be honest, compared to the players. I think Bellerin should be dropped as well, because he's been very poor.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Bellerin. So, I mean, I was making notes throughout this game. There was the headed chance that Zaha had at the far post, where Bellerin was caught out of position. A loss of possession from Bellerin again led to the corner, which Crystal Palace got their 2nd goal from.
No, it's not just that. You know, because he's the fastest player in the Premier League. He is, don't you think so?
Yeah, I mean, his speed's great, but his defensive position is poor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But he didn't use that speed to get back and get forward and cross properly. He didn't. He looks very, very poor. It's like every player Wenger just ruins after a year or so.
I wouldn't necessarily look again. Bellerin's problem for me isn't the way he goes forward. It's his first job, first and foremost, is to defend. His defensive positioning, his marking, concentration and distribution from the back is poor. And if you're a defender, if that goes wrong, that you have to be more concerned with that than his inability to cross.
Yeah, but when he does get forward, his crossing, it's like every game is the same over and over again. They don't improve on that, to be honest. But the defensive side of the game, because of his pace, it should be easy for him to catch strikers up. It's like, because defenders got caught out a few times because of Zaha's pace and trickery, to be honest. And another thing is, don't you think Zaha's good enough to play for England?
Well, he can't. He plays for the Ivory Coast.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was English player.
Well, he played for England in a friendly, but he chose to play for the Ivory Coast. I think Zaha is a decent player.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I don't necessarily think he's as great as people are saying. He's still got poor decision making. His final ball, his goal score, he's a good player. He'd get into the England squad. But when you compare him right now to say Raheem Sterling, there's a difference in class.
Yeah, but it's like Gareth Southgate's calling people like Tammy Abraham and what's that DM's name, Livermore, people like that. He's calling average players like that up. I don't understand why. Because
there's no one else. Who else is there?
Right, say when they played, was it Brazil and Germany? They had players like, he never called Welbeck up. Who else is there, to be honest?
Yeah, but Welbeck's not that much better than those players that have just been mentioned. Great running, decent on the ball, but no end product. He doesn't score enough. He's not clinical enough.
Yeah. He needs to play
injured all the time. So I don't understand the argument.
There's players like yeah, that is true. I actually don't know who's available at that time, but
there we go. But look, really do appreciate your call, mate. Celebrate and enjoy the victory. Okay, take care. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Bye bye. Look, interesting call. They raised a lot of points. Remember, 0203 606 0315. I know some people have said there's been an issue with some of the sound. Our guys are working on it to fix it right now. Not too sure what's happening, and hopefully it'll get. If it's a little bit loud, just turn your devices down yourselves. That will help until we get that matter resolved. Going to take some more calls as and when they come through. A lot of gooners here looking happy though on the comments. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello, what's your name, buddy?
Andrew.
Hello, Andrew. You a gooner?
No, I'm a Liverpool fan.
Okay, but what were your thoughts on today's game?
I don't think... well, Arsenal were alright, but I think Crystal Palace should have won, really. I think they got quite unlucky.
Why should they? I mean, I'm going to put some of these stats up now on the screen. What made you think they should have won? I mean, yes, they both had 16 shots, but Arsenal had 9 on target. Palace had 2 and scored from them. Possession was dominated by Arsenal. The areas of the pitch were dominated by Arsenal. What makes you believe that Palace should have won? What did they do differently than Arsenal? Sorry?
I just think they got unlucky, to be honest. I think...
Okay, but what were they unlucky with? What aspects of the game were Palace unlucky with? Hello?
Ain't gonna stay down. Back on.
Yeah, he bottled it. It had absolutely nothing. No disrespect, you know, people know my allegiances in football. But if you're going to say a team are unlucky, you've got to come here and present where they were unlucky and why. We have Robbie's video on the way that's almost ready. And remember, you can check out the One Football app. The link is in the description below. Get it downloaded. All the stats that we have up on screen that we're going through, you can have that access instantly. Absolutely amazing. So make sure you go and do that. But we are now ready with Robbie's video from Arsenal Fan TV. Sit back, listen, enjoy, and listen to what a man like Robbie has to say.
The end of the game, 3-2. What's the matter with Arsenal? We should have won it at a canter. We gave them easy goals, but listen, it's 3 points. Glad for the win, the fans are happy. 3 points, we needed that. We roll on. It was a difficult game, made difficult by us, but I'm glad. Big win.
There you have it from Robbie. I think everything he says there is right. Arsenal were in such cruise control in this game. My opinion very much echoes what Robbie is saying. Poor goals given away. Call coming through now. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy? Oh, the phone dropped off. Maybe he'll call back. I don't know who that was meant to be. Hello, you still there? Hello? Sometimes people get a little bit afraid to speak. But no, he's not there. But no, I'll go back to what Robbie was saying. Arsenal gave away very weak goals. One of the main areas was that right back area. Hector Bellerin, absolutely woeful. But were Arsenal lucky? Were they just in cruise control? Did they fall out of... Were they just a bit unlucky with their goals? Or are there still major problems at Arsenal? Give us a call. Give us your views and opinions. 0203 606 0315. Here we go. Welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Oh, wait.
What's your name?
My name is Mason Marden. I am from Cardiff and I'm an Arsenal supporter.
Hey, bless ya. What was your views on that game, mate?
Well, basically, the first half was really good, really good. We were attacking on the ball, great chances. Then the second half is slipped, the defence, it just suddenly fell apart.
I get that. In opening 15 minutes of that second half, Arsenal lost control of the game. They were completely dominated. They conceded a goal. But then they came back into it. Both of Alexis Sanchez's goals were brilliant. His second and Arsenal's third, that wonderful pass from Jack Wilshere. When that went in, what were you thinking? How did that make you feel?
It made me feel so happy, like, to, like, see a really, like, oh, when that goal is, we start to dominate for, like, 10, 15 minutes, and then in the 82nd minute, give away a goal, and that means put us in huge pressure, but we managed to get away with the 3 points at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I mean, Hector Bellerin, I want to speak to you about him. For me, he had an absolutely woeful game. Is he? I mean, Arsenal fans 12 months or so ago were saying that he's the best right back in the league, one of the best in the world. How would you rate his performance tonight?
Well, he was okay, but like some of the chances like he had, he didn't take them. He wasn't that good on the ball tonight. He had his pace, but he just didn't take his chances.
Fair enough. And obviously, Arsene Wenger, celebrates 810 games in Premier League games in charge of Arsenal, equaling Sir Alex Ferguson's record. Are you a proud Arsenal fan when it comes to Arsene Wenger, or do you feel like he shouldn't still be there?
To be honest, I don't feel it. The guy's had 20 years. It's long enough. It's time to go. 20 years is long enough. At the end of his contract, I think he's going to try and ruin this club. When the new manager comes in, he's going to have a hell lot to do.
Do you know what? You are my favourite caller that I've ever had. Do you know that, mate?
Okay.
Okay. Can you just say one thing for me?
Uh-huh.
Can you say what's occurring?
Huh?
Can you say what's occurring?
What? I actually don't know.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get you to say a line from Gavin and Stacey. I apologise. You take care, young man, and Happy New Year.
Thank you very much.
Take care. There we go. That young person, absolutely. I say young person because I can't remember if he said it was a boy or a girl. But absolutely great opinions there. You may think you know more. Give us a call on 0203 606 031. She sounds like a baby. I'm not sure if... Did it say it was a boy or a girl? Do you remember? No. We're also ready right now with DT's video. We're going to be playing that for you right now. So check out what DT has to say.
So it's finished. Crystal Palace 2, Arsenal 3. Very comfortable up till half-time. We made very hard work of it. We then went comfortable again, but I feel we invited pressure by bringing Lacazette off, and we could have lost it at the end. It's a vital 3 points. That's all that matters, I suppose. And yeah, we move on to West Brom New Year's Eve. They didn't let me down. I'm out of here.
DT, their views and opinions. And remember, right now, fan cams are being recorded outside the stadium. They'll be with you very soon. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy?
James.
James, Arsenal fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was your views on that game?
Few things I just want to address. Bellerin, really poor. I feel like he's been poor in the past few games. You know, I feel like he shouldn't be started. You know, Maitland now should get a run in his position.
At right back. I mean, a lot of Arsenal fans were complaining that he was being played at left back out of role. Who else, other than Maitland-Niles, who else could come in a right back position for Bellerin?
I think it's more, we know he's good, right? I think it's just a thing of, he's probably too comfortable. I think he just needs someone to take up his place in the first team for a bit, you know. So I think Maitland-Niles should do that instead of him swapping with Kolasinac, because then Kolasinac has really played well this season, if you ask me, you know. So I feel like Wenger's just got to, like, you know, get him on his toes and, you know, back to that player that he used to be, you know, because he's been putting unacceptable performances lately.
And other performances on the pitch today, Alexis Sanchez has been sort of criticised a lot by Arsenal fans of late, but 6 goals in the last 9 Premier League games. How impressed were you with the Chilean today?
Yeah, no, I think he's really turned up today, and he's got, you know, fair criticism because he's actually been poor, you know, in the past games. But today he's done really well, and in recent games as well, he's done really well. But we know he's leaving anyway, so we need to start thinking of a replacement. Yeah. Yeah,
I think thinking of a replacement is really important. The goals that were conceded today by Arsenal, how big a concern is that for you? Because I thought you were in complete and utter control for the vast majority of that game, but still against Crystal Palace, a team right down the bottom of the league, Arsenal, you know, another 5 or 10 minutes added on to that game and could have found themselves drawing it, potentially throwing away another good lead and more valuable points to get you into that top 4. Why is there so much vulnerability about the Arsenal defence right now?
You see, I think the thing with the defence, and I think it's always been a problem, really. I mean, I think it's less to do with individual centre-backs, but just how we defend as a team. And you see it time and time again when we're trying to defend a 1-goal lead, a 2-goal lead, and Wenger brings on Coco in and it all goes shambles, just because we can't defend as a team. You know, I feel like Chambers wasn't bad today. The only centre-back that was particularly bad today was Bellerin. But they still have that many shots on goal, and I think it's just general in the team. I think it's such a bad idea for Wenger to say, let's sit back and defend 2 goals, because we've seen that go south so many times, and it could have happened today again easily, you know. So, yeah.
And who would you give your man of the match to in an Arsenal shirt?
Definitely Sanchez. Has to be.
Lovely. Really appreciate your time and your call today, my man. Thank you.
No worries, man.
Bye-bye. Excellent call there and more points of view. Please let us know in the comments whether you think the sound has sorted itself out a little bit. Made a few adjustments in here. Your feedback always helps us because I'm sitting here and I'm not in the know. And I need you all to tell me. Going to go to some of the comments on here. This is from Spencer Swagger, who says, classic Arsenal fan, you've won tonight and you're calling for new management. Listen, I think I understand where these Arsenal fans come from when they're doing that, because there was still those frailties there in Arsenal today. Of course they're going to be happy they've won. Of course they are. You can hear it in their voices. You can see it in the comments. But from being 3-1 up in cruise control to then being panicky and jittery towards the end, this is happening far too much to Arsenal fans. Surely you will see that, neutral or not. Comment here actually on Twitter that I'm going to read. I'll do the Twitter comment after this next call. Hi, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy?
My name is Jack.
Hello, Jack. Are you an Arsenal fan?
Of course I'm an Arsenal fan.
Of course. Okay, so what was your views on that game? Were Arsenal lucky today to get that victory?
No, I think we played well, mate. It was a hard away game.
Hard away game, absolutely. You're facing a relegation battle inside. How good was Sanchez today?
Sanchez was brilliant. I think that was his best performance of the season.
He was great. I mean, where do you stand on the Sanchez situation? You see, without Sanchez today, you may not have won. That's how good. Yeah, Jack Wilshere's pass was great, but Sanchez worked his socks off. How worried are you that he's going to join one of the Manchester clubs in January or go for nothing in the summer?
If I'm being honest with you, I don't mind if Sanchez leaves if we bring in the replacement, because I think his head's gone. He did well today, but I think his head's gone already. I think it was gone in the summer, and I thought we saw that in the earlier stages of the season.
And who would you pick as his replacement?
I'd bring in Draxler or Mahrez.
Draxler or Mahrez, and you think they would have the ability to... I mean, you've got to remember, Alexis Sanchez has probably been your best player for, what, 4 years now? 3 years, maybe, if you don't count this season. And you think these guys can come in and have the same impact, score the same volume of goals? You know, so many times I've seen him drag Arsenal up by the scruff of its neck and get them over the finish line.
Those players don't have the same respect as Sanchez, but that's the price you have to pay.
Very true.
There's not many Sanchez's around.
Of course there's not, absolutely. When you look at your performance today, I've been very critical of Hector Bellerin. I thought his positional sense, his marking, his play at the back was atrocious and could have cost Arsenal all 3 points today. Where would do you as an Arsenal fan still consider him to be the best right back in the Premier League?
No way. I think fullback is a very strong position that a lot of people undermine. I think you look at City with the Kyle Walker and Delp coming in. You see what they're doing. I think we need someone more strong. I don't think Bellerin will lead us to titles, if I'm being honest.
I totally understand. And Alexis Sanchez aside, who stood out for you today in that Arsenal team? Who made you proud to be a Gooner today?
It's got to be Jack Wilshere.
Yeah, he's come in, he started. Arsenal fans were screaming for him to start. I don't think he's put a foot wrong in the last 4 or 5 games, has he?
No, it's been brilliant.
There we go. Listen, really do appreciate your call, buddy. You enjoy that victory tonight, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Oh, thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye. Excellent viewpoints there again. A mixed bag of emotions for Arsenal fans, but generally, I guess, a consensus of happiness, which is nice. A tweet here that says, since we can't defend for now, can Wenger not take out Lacazette when we need to score more than we concede? Please go all out. Let the defenders do their horrible job, but we are getting the job done up front. Why is that so hard? I think a lot of Arsenal fans echo that viewpoint. Why does Lacazette get taken off? Every caller that comes through now is going to be asked that exact question. Why do you think Wenger is taking off Lacazette? We'll ask you some of the other questions as well. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy?
Callum, I'm an Arsenal fan.
Hello, mate. What's your? I'll ask you straight that question I just said there. Why does your manager keep taking off Lacazette at 70 minutes?
I have no idea. I think it's stupid. I think he needs to get 90 minutes. I think late game is the perfect time to get some crucial goals.
No, I totally agree. The game today, were Arsenal unlucky to concede 2 goals, or were they lucky to get the result in the end with the way they played and defended?
I think over the 90 minutes we were the better team, so I think we deserved to win. Defending today was pretty poor. I'd probably blame Koscielny for both goals, considering he didn't put his leg out for the first one. He just stood there, and he was the one on Tompkins for the second one as well.
Yeah, look, I thought he was really, really poor today. As a lot of other callers have already said. On a positive note, though, you pick up the victory, and you move the gap closer to that top 4 position. Do you still think, as an Arsenal fan, do you still think you'll finish in the top 4 this year?
Probably not, but I think we'll win the Europa League, so I think we'll get in anyway.
Well, that will be, it depends where you are, I think. Like when you get to March and the difficult knockout games start to happen in that competition, if you're 1 point away from the top 4, that may change the focus. If you say 10 points away from the top 4 position by then, as you say Manchester United were last season, all the eggs can go into one basket, can't they?
Yeah, but I think Liverpool's attacking is too good to not get in the top 4, in my opinion.
Let's see what happens. Their defending is like relegation level, but they have just signed Virgil van Dijk. Jack Wilshere today. A lot of people saying in the last 4 or 5 games, I'm struggling to find a central midfield player that's been performing better than him in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's been really good, actually. His runs are great. That pass for the 3rd goal was brilliant. If you saw the game yesterday at Man City, it replicated kind of the Kevin De Bruyne one to Sterling, in a way.
I mean, that pass was, whether you're Paul Scholes, Steven Gerrard, De Bruyne, Zidane, that was that level of pass. It really was. And we know Jack Wilshere has that within his armoury. His biggest problem has always just been staying fit. And I suppose that's the only... I would say is that the only concern you have about Jack Wilshere as an Arsenal fan, that he might just get injured?
Yeah, he's injury prone, but when he's playing on the pitch, he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. He's fan favourite. He's good on the ball. I mean, the only thing is his fitness, and he gets injured too often. I think his leg's absolutely fucked.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, and in terms of, one more thing, Wenger today, celebrating 110 Premier League games in charge. A lot of talk about, comparing him to Sir Alex Ferguson, which I think's wrong in itself. I mean, 3 league titles compared to 13 in the same distance. It's almost a silly comparison. It's like comparing Mike Tyson to Amir Khan. But from your point of view, regardless of what happens this season, say you win the FA Cup and the Europa League, would you still want to see Arsene Wenger leave and a new man come in, or are you completely behind Wenger?
I think we need a change at the club. I think it's gone a bit stale. It's we're not progressing, and I think anyone that compares him to Fergie is a fool, because if you look at they've played the same amount of games, but Fergie's won a lot more. So that's obvious who's the better manager.
Yeah, I just, it's one of those ones for me. I've been listening to a lot of Arsenal fans all day, whether it be on social media, radio stations, and there have been some that have said that, you know, he pioneered so many things in the Premier League, he deserves respect. And I don't think that Arsenal fans or neutrals disrespect Arsene Wenger. I think the problem is whether Fergie spent more money than him, whether Fergie had better tactics or his football was more beautiful or not. At the end of the day, if you deliver, forget all the other cups, just look at the Premier League in its entirety, 13 to 3.
Yeah.
There just is no comparison. And I think that maybe if Wenger had spent £400 or £500 million more, which I think Arsenal could afford, there might be more than 3 Premier League titles at your club right now.
Yeah, I completely agree, to be honest. I don't think we have the financial backing to challenge for the league.
No, I totally understand. Listen, really do appreciate your call, buddy.
Yep, see
Thank
you.
you. Speak to you again soon. Take care. Great point of view there. Jack Wilshere, just these comments are now out there on social media, but he's been interviewed and he has said this: I spoke to the boss and I'm sure it'll get done. And that's Jack Wilshere talking about his new Arsenal contract. That's not quite confirming he's signing a new deal, but it sounds as though Jack Wilshere wants to stay at Arsenal. He's spoken to the boss and he's sure that it's going to be offered and that it's going to get done. Gooners, how do you feel about that? That is literally from the horse's mouth itself. I'm going to read a few of these comments out as well, as I always do. Michael Thomas says Wenger's the biggest fraud in Premier League history. Well, he has won the Premier League. I don't think he's the biggest fraud in Premier League history. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy?
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Ben.
Sorry?
Ben, B-E-N.
Ben, how are you, Ben? Are you an Arsenal fan?
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on that game of football? Were you lucky or did you deserve your victory?
I thought in the first half we could have been a bit more clinical. We were 1-0 up in the first half and we were a bit lucky at the end.
Lucky at the end. Yeah, you definitely should have been more clinical. A lot of people praising Alexis Sanchez today. How did you think the Chilean did?
He did good.
Just good?
Amazing. World class.
Good. I've asked everybody this question. I'm going to go into it again. I've been starting to ask everyone this question. Why does your manager take off Lacazette every game 70 minutes? Why? What's the? I don't get why he does that.
Maybe he's scared of, like, he might get injured for fitness reasons, because he does play a lot of Premier League games.
I get that, but a caller made this point earlier, and I think he's absolutely right. Teams tire against Arsenal, generally speaking, from sort of the 70th minute towards the end. That's, you know, they're running around a lot, chasing the ball a lot. Leaving him on would help him to score more goals, and that's what you bring him to the club to do. Why is he the man that gets sacrificed? Why isn't it Ozil? Why isn't it San? Is it because Lacazette isn't good enough? Is it because he's the weakest of the front three? What would your opinion on that be?
I don't know, I think he's a bit crazy in the head from like that. Because he's not the weakest, because in my opinion, Ozil's the weakest. And yeah, I don't know what he does it. It's just a mystery to everybody. It's like how some United fans say, oh, well, why doesn't Martial play all the time?
Fair dues. And who's your man of the match today?
For me, it's Alexis Sanchez.
There we go. Listen, thank you very much for your call, Ben. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Take care. Young man there with his views and opinions. Some of you saying some nasty things on the comments. If you've got the big one, give it a call. 0203 606 0315. And do remember, you can download the One Football app. The information and link to do so is in the description below. Go and check it out. It is amazing. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy?
I'm Joseph.
Joseph, you a gooner?
Joseph,
yes, are you a gooner?
Arsenal fan.
Arsenal fan. You sound very happy, my friend.
Yeah, because our defensive game is really bad, to be honest. Look at Bellerin. I know, yeah, he's been focusing on trying to get up forward and stuff, but Jesus Christ, you're a defender for crying out loud.
Yeah, for me, I don't care how good a defender is going forward. your first job is to be able to defend, mark, take care of the space or player that you're marking. Bellerin gets caught time and time and time again.
I'm just so tired of it. But let's forget about him. Let's focus on the good things. Jesus, Wilshere, that pass to Sanchez was incredible.
Oh, I mean, Jack, this is his stats from today's game. Do me a favour, whatever you're watching our stream on, could you turn it down? We're just getting a bit of interference coming back through. But, yeah, this is Jack Wilshere's stats today. 1 assist, 2 shots, 2 dribbles completed successfully, 1 interception, 1 aerial battle won. How does he win anything in the air? He's about 4 foot tall. 1 tackle. I don't know how to understand the tackling stats, what counts as a tackle or not, but he won that one. And he's 60 completed passes from 64 attempted. Is that pretty much the perfect game for a deep-lying central midfield player?
Yeah. Wait, you know, if Gareth Southgate doesn't want him, look, I'm Nigerian. Let him come and play for us. Jesus. that was good. That was damn good.
Look, I think look, if Jack Wilshere stays fit, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that he'll be in the England squad. I think what Gareth Southgate was saying, that if you're not playing regularly for your club, if you're continually injured, you're too much of a risk. But if he can stay fit for the remainder of the season, you know, he might have a few games that he misses. Jack Wilshere will be on that plane to the World Cup in an England shirt. He'll be starting for England. He's the best central midfield player we've got when fit. There is no doubt. Anyone who denies that is either hates Jack Wilshere or they hate Arsenal Football Club. Because to deny it means you either have to be a hater or you're stupid.
Yeah. No, I commented on your channel. I told you, after this performance, right, would you take Sanchez for Martial?
No.
Why?
I wouldn't swap the... Again, look, people know watching, whether you're watching Arsenal Fan TV, DT, Troops, Claude, whoever channel, I am a Man United fan, openly, I'm not going to lie about it. I wouldn't swap Martial for Sanchez because Man United need to improve their strength in depth. I also want to see Martial moved into a central role as he starts to get older. It's robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're strengthening massively with Sanchez, and then you weaken your squad hugely by getting rid of Martial. Do I think right now Sanchez is a better player? Yes. But it would be nonsensical. It would be stupid for Jose Mourinho to sanction that deal, in my opinion. Doesn't mean I don't rate Alexis Sanchez. I just wouldn't... Who'd I swap? I wouldn't swap him for anyone right now. I really wouldn't, because we don't have anything beyond him that's any better. Does that make sense? Like, there's no depth.
Yeah.
So even if you brought in Kylian Mbappe or Neymar or Messi, beyond that, there's still no quality. United need to improve the overall quality, if that makes sense, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
Yeah. Well, a few comments coming through saying, stop talking about Man United. Well, I'm not going to disrespect the caller if he asks me a question that relates to Arsenal and Man United. I'm going to answer it, aren't I? There we go. Calm your brains down. What was your thoughts today on the game, though, overall? I mean, did you feel that Arsenal were lucky in the end, or were they always in control and just conceded a few sloppy goals?
I think we were in control at the beginning, but when you look down throughout the game, right, after they scored, we just lost the tension for that bit, and we just let go, and we just conceded that goal. If we didn't have someone like Sanchez, someone creative, right, then I'm going to see that would have ended something like 2-1 to Crystal Palace, but I'm happy we haven't, at least for now anyway.
Yeah, look, absolutely, I totally understand that. Any word on Crystal Palace? Do you think they'll get relegated? Did they show any signs that they've got the fight to stay up?
They just need some creative players.
Oh, he's gone. Are you still there? Might have another call coming through. There we go. Just so people understand the concept of FanPark Live, yes, it's being shown on numerous Arsenal channels, but it's also broadcast on some neutral channels as well. So sometimes other clubs will come up, especially if Arsenal fans phone up and want to talk about other clubs. It makes complete sense, don't it? Calm yourselves down. Have a day off. There we go. Lots of comments coming through here about this. Wow. Graham Souness has made a comment here. I'm going to read this out. He said that Alexis Sanchez's goal celebration shows Arsenal's dressing room is divided. Why did he say that? Can you make that bigger for me so I can read that? Just getting this up a little bigger so I can read it. I'll do this call and we'll come back to that point by Graham Souness. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Ahmed.
Ahmed, you a gooner?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on that game, young man?
It was a poor performance overall.
Poor performance overall.
Yeah, we should have won the easily. Probably fact.
Do apologise, far too noisy. All I could hear was our baby screaming. Sort the baby, probably not you. You didn't sound like you were old enough for that baby to be yours. Get someone to sort that kid out, and then we'll have a little bit of a chat later, because I couldn't understand a single word that was being said there. Let's go to some more of these comments. Kimo says, sorry Arsenal, I can't see you from the top of the table. Blah, 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 blah. Loads of laughter there. That is DB, bruv. That is dead banter. That's not even funny. Let's all go to Kimo's comment and laugh at him because that was poor. Yeah, but Graham Souness has said here that it looks as though the dressing room is divided. Sanchez is out of contract at the end of the season. Can we scroll down a little bit to get to his actual comments here? I don't know where they are. Let's keep going down. I want to hear what he said. Okay. He says, oh, there's another call. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name? Hello?
Wenger.
I just said Wenger in. We're going to hold the calls for a moment. Just going to go through what Graham Souness has said. He says, I've only ever seen that if a team is 5-1 up with 5 minutes to go, you would get that. He says, not when you've just gone 2-1 up and you've been under the cost. That tells you it's a divided dressing room. Some of them are not having Sanchez and that contract situation. I think he's talking about the fact that not everybody came and celebrated with him. So it's interesting. I spoke to Ray Parlour a few weeks back and said if there were players in his time at Arsenal that had contract issues or were talking about leaving, would there be any kickback and any sort of snapback from the squad? And he kind of said no. Maybe he was playing, sort of sitting on the fence and just playing the nice card. I don't think Graham Souness is wrong there. Of course there's divide. You know, you're the best player at the club. You don't want to sign a contract. It's going to frustrate some of your teammates that are obviously trying to go on to win things and push forward. They really, really are. Talk about the goal celebration. Alex, we just did! That's what we spoke about, Alex, the goal celebration. Do you think there's a divided dressing room? That's going to be my next question for any of the callers on 0203 606 0315. Best comment all night from Nick James. What did Nick James say? Saying Leicester are a bigger club than Arsenal. Again, DB, that is dead banter. That is so poor. We've got another call coming through now. Just waiting for it to be transferred through. Here we go. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy?
Hi, mate, it's Danny.
Hello, Danny. You an Arsenal fan?
How we doing? Yeah, I am, mate, yeah.
Yeah, you are. Cool. I think we might have spoke before, actually, have we?
No, I haven't. No, first time I've called in.
Oh, sweet. Not a problem. Well, welcome to the show. Big question for you I'll go into. We just spoke about what Graham Souness has said. Do you think there's a divide within that Arsenal dressing room based on the Sanchez goal celebrations?
I don't think so. No, not at all. I think there's a bit of talk amongst the players about him maybe leaving, obviously, but I don't think that's going to have effect on the team.
In terms of, in terms of your performance today as a football club, were you impressed, or are there still so many aspects of the game that leave you a little concerned?
The only thing that's concerning is the defending. We can't seem to. The centre halves don't seem to want to head the ball away. We're always second to the balls that come into the box. It's like the defenders don't want to head it away.
No, I totally understand. There does seem to be some organisational problems. I mean, Hector Bellerin has faced the majority of the criticism for his lack of positioning, poor decision making, being caught out of place, etc. But do you think the problem is bigger than just one or two individuals? Do you think there is?
Yeah, I know everyone's getting on Bellerin's back at the minute, but it's not just like his fault. It's the centre halves. We can't defend set pieces. It's just we're just like Liverpool. We're just a shambles when balls are coming in.
Speaking of Liverpool, you've seen some fairly, not that their opinion is worth more than every other Arsenal fan, but you've seen some very prominent Arsenal fans, DT being one of them, talking about that signing of Virgil van Dijk for £75 million from a club like Liverpool that have less money than Arsenal. That should be a sort of a red rag to a bull for Wenger and the board at Arsenal to go out and make a statement in January and then again in the summer to improve this squad. Defensively, maybe one of those areas. Do you feel that's an area that you want to see Wenger invest big money in, your defence?
Definitely, yeah. That's where he needs to start, because that's why we are where we are in the league. We need to start with the defence. We need to get a good, big, commanding centre-half in there that can organise the defence, and he actually wants to get up and get to that ball first time, head it away. Today, Mustafi and Koscielny, they just stood there when that ball came in for that corner, for the goal. They just watched it come in, then Koscielny thinks, oh, I might as well make a jump now. And then he jumps too late, and then they're always first to the ball, and they had it in the net.
No,
it's like we don't anticipate the ball coming in to head it away.
No, I totally understand that.
It's a shambles, mate. We need better centre halves. I mean, Mustafi is showing promise. You know, Mustafi he's good on the ball and that. He does do the right things. It's just he doesn't seem. He's the same as Koscielny. They can't seem to head the ball away.
On a positive note today, Jack Wilshere.
Yeah.
I mean, would you say how big a travesty would it be if he doesn't go to the World Cup?
Yeah, I think, well, the way he's going, I mean, he's improving every game, isn't he? I mean, look at tonight. That assist was absolutely sublime. And the way he's going, as long as he doesn't get injured, I mean, tonight he must have got nailed about 7 times during the whole game. He kept getting fouled, didn't he? But he seemed to take them. He seemed to went along with the fouls, didn't he? And he came through them. So maybe he's getting stronger. I don't know. I mean, I know you can't really become strong to getting injured, but.
Well, what you would say about Jack Wilshere, the majority of his injuries, I believe, are impact injuries. It's tackles, either being fouled or crunching people himself. He's not scared of a ruckus. He's not scared of a big hard tackle. Maybe that's the only element of his game he needs to tone down on a little bit. Because often, a lot of hard crunching tackles are not in vital areas of the pitch. It's not as if the team's about to go and score. And there's not always a need to go hard like that. But in terms of his play on the ball today, I mean, I was saying to a few other callers, I can't think of a better central midfielder in the Premier League right now than Jack Wilshere.
Well, you'd have to say De Bruyne, wouldn't you, to be honest?
Yeah, but he's more of an attacking midfielder. He plays more wide right, if that makes sense. Or Jack's a deep-lying midfielder, sort of that Paul Scholes type role. I think they're different positions. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, he is playing a lot further back than De Bruyne, isn't he?
No, I totally understand.
De Bruyne has been given a bit more freedom, hasn't he?
Yeah, he gets forward a hell of a lot more. I think different role in many. And they're on the pitch to do different jobs.
He gets more freedom, doesn't he, with Fernandinho sitting? So I get what you mean. He's playing alongside Jack here, and he's having to come deep a bit, isn't he, at the same time? So
yeah, and Alexis Sanchez today scores a brace. We've already mentioned at the start of the call, muted celebrations from some, but 6 goals in 9 Premier League games. Arsenal fans have been on his back, and I think that's more to do with the contract issues. Do you think he'll stay?
I don't think he will, no. Because he came out and said he wanted to go to City, didn't he? And he was saying it's now up to Arsenal if they want to let me go. And then obviously we didn't, because the Lamar deal fell through, didn't it, and stuff, so. But yeah, he's made it clear that he wants to leave, hasn't he? So he'll look a bit stupid now if he doesn't, but obviously I don't want him to. But we have to be realistic, don't we? He's already come out and said that he wants to, so. Yeah, it's a shame, but I don't know. You never know. He might be comfortable. You know, he might be comfortable in London, and they might offer him the money he wants, and he might change his mind. You don't know, do you? And with us being close to being in the top 4 and doing so well in the Europa, if we are looking like we're going to have the Champions League football that he wants, he might stay with the right money. You don't know.
Yeah, look, I think it'll be a massive boost to the club and the fans if Wenger can convince. Sanchez. I think if Sanchez stays, I think Ozil will stay with him, and then it's a case of investing more and growing the squad from that situation.
Yeah, I think if Sanchez does go, I still think Ozil's definitely going to stay, I think.
No, I totally understand.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'll read this out because it's relative to what we say. So, Thierry Henry, obviously club legend of yours, slammed, just on TV now, slammed the contract negotiations and turned around and said, you find yourself in a situation where those guys, talking about Sanchez and Ozil, can leave and you're not going to get any money. How? This is astonishing to me.
Yeah, it is a bad situation, but there's only the club's only got themselves to blame, haven't they? The way they run things is just shocking.
No, I totally understand.
Yeah, you got to look at Gazidis, haven't you, and just wonder what the hell he's up to.
No, I totally agree. But listen, I really do appreciate your call, mate. You take care, and we'll speak again soon. All the best, mate. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Comment here from Kim, who says, "Are you high? Jack Wilshere is far from the best midfielder in the league. One word, Kante." Spelt Kante really long and in capitals. Well, you didn't listen to what I said, did you? This is the problem with people. They comment on things without listening properly. I said in the last 4, 5, maybe 6 games, I can't think of a better central midfielder. That's since he's been starting regularly. In the last 5 or 6 games, I think, in that deep line central midfield role, there hasn't been a better player in the Premier League in that role. That's what I said. He has been better than Kante in the last 4, 5, 6 games. Factual. That's for me. I think statistically better, and I think on the eye better. Is he better overall than Kante? He needs to continue it for the remainder of the season, then we can have that debate. Okay, there we go. What's he saying here? Luca. Who's Luca? Is he a player?
That's a Crystal Palace.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm not reading this right. Crystal Palace man of the match. This is from an Arsenal. No, Crystal Palace fan says, Crystal Palace man of the match, Luca. Pretty sure the guy made 50 interceptions. That's probably an exaggeration, but that's who he put. Overall man of the match, Wilshere. This guy was everywhere. Easily England and Arsenal's best central midfielder. That was a guy, a Crystal Palace fan tweeted that. Not me. That was a Crystal Palace fan that said that. A comment here actually directed straight at me. Remember on Arsenal Fan TV, my channel, The Football Terrace, you see it there in the comments. Says Callum Chambers was absolutely trash. How is he playing for our club? Arsenal fans watching, how is he playing for your football club? I don't know. I don't know how he's playing for your club. I thought he was gone and he's back again. I'm trying to call, but I can't get through, is what Daniel Stevens has said. Yeah, that's because we've got hundreds of you trying to get through. Because we are popular, you see. When you're popular, your phone just rings all the time. This is what happens. Tell me how Arsenal are the biggest club in the world. Oh, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. They're not the biggest club in the world. And anyone who thinks that's foolish. They're one of the biggest. That's a fact. They're definitely one of the biggest clubs in the world. Biggest fan base, money, everything, stadium. They are. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy?
Denzel.
Hello, Denzel. Are you a Arsenal fan?
Yes, I am, buddy.
Great. What was your view on that game, mate?
Well, first half, I think it was like a good game. I think Arsenal had a lot of possession. You know, Crystal Palace was struggling. When we got that goal, I was alright with it. But, yeah, I was happy for the first half. But when Crystal Palace got back and started, started playing good, I wasn't sure about it.
And what was your thoughts on Alexis Sanchez today? He had 4 shots, 3 on target, scored 2 goals, and he created 2 chances for Arsenal. How good was that man today?
Yeah, I'm an Alexis Sanchez fan. I've always, liked his playing. I think he played really well today. And I think if it weren't for him today, I don't think we would have won. But can I just ask you one question, please?
Go for it. Of course you can, mate.
I want to know why Arsene Wenger keeps taking Lacazette off on the 70th minute.
I don't understand it. I watch Arsenal regularly, and I've been trying to make sense of it. I can understand it from the viewpoint that he wants to take off a striker, and he'll either want to put a target man on to change the approach in Olivier Giroud. I can understand it from the point of view of taking him off, putting a holding midfield player on like Coquelin to try and shut a game out. But what I don't get is why it's always Lacazette, because I think that, for me, I think that as the games go on, as Crystal Palace, for instance, today would start to push forward more, you've got not just a man who has his pace and skill, but his goal-scoring prowess. I reckon he'd have an extra 5 or 6 goals if Wenger played him for 90 minutes more in games. I really, really do. So I think there's logic behind why he does it, but I think it's very detrimental to Lacazette, and it could become a problem if this theme continues for the remainder of the season. Lacazette didn't leave to join Arsenal to play 70 minutes every game. He'll want 90 minutes of football consistently because he'll want to score goals. He'll want to be the man for the team, and I think he's playing with a little bit of fire there, Wenger.
Yeah, well, the thing is, ever since Lacazette joined, obviously I've liked him and I've been watching how he scores amazing goals. And the thing is, like, he was like, what, 59 million? And he's just bought a new player and he's not playing him that much. Yeah, he's starting him. And don't get me wrong, Arsene Wenger's done a lot for this club and I'm alright with him, but he can let himself down sometimes.
No, I totally understand. Thank you very much for your call, young man.
You are very welcome.
Cheers. Somebody has just pointed out that when you... So a few things. First of all, the number that we have on the description, 0203 606 0315, is the right number. If you can't get through, it's because we're busy. But what we have just pointed out to us, I don't know who... Someone's obviously admitted to this, that they ring it. But supposedly we have the same ringtone as Babe Station. That is a complete fluke. We didn't know that. This is not a Babe Station set. I am not about to get my flesh out, I can promise you. Maybe if maybe some of you want to see that. Me taking my clothes off, dancing a little bit, taking your No, we're going too far. Too far, Terry! Calm down. There we go. The person that made that comment is... Who's that? Julian Potato. Julian Potato said this. There we go. Babe Station. Some of you meant to be... Is the number the same? What's Babe Station's number? I don't know these things. Anyway, someone prank call and answer the question. No one's going to prank call. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, buddy?
Yeah, Juan.
Hello, mate. What's your name?
Juan.
Juan?
Yep.
What do you want to say, Juan?
How's it going?
It's going very well, mate.
Yeah, I am. Just been trying to get in for like the past half hour, so happy I could finally get in.
Good. Are you an Arsenal fan?
Yeah, I am. I actually come from the States, so I'm a longtime fan from the U.S.
Okay.
But I'm here in England for a semester, just enjoying it.
Nice. And what part of America are you from?
I'm from Minnesota, so way Midwest.
I know Minnesota. That's where the Mighty Ducks is filmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple.
So what was your views on the game today? I mean, some Arsenal fans feel a little bit let down, like you were a little lucky because of poor defending. Others seem pretty happy that you won the game. Where do you sit? Where's your stance on that?
Yeah, I actually thought it was all right. You're finally seeing, Granit Xhaka, I thought, put in a good performance. Wilshere, I play center mid, so just seeing that pass to Sanchez was absolutely incredible. You see the link up. Ozil's putting in a shift consistently 3-4 games in a row. Great to see Sanchez in, scoring 2 goals. So I think overall it's the kind of win that, people would complain about Arsenal dropping points, and I think that's the positive there.
And in terms of, we'll touch on a few players. I want to talk about a few players.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis Sanchez today, did a performance like today, what make you feel like at all costs you've got to keep him at your club, offer him 300, 400 grand a week?
Oh yeah, I think it's more than anything, it's pretty frustrating just to see kind of the performances he put in at United, Southampton, stuff like that. But I'm one of those people that if you have a world-class player at the club, you break the wage structure. You do anything you can to keep him, because when him and Ozil connect, it's sensational. And there are a few teams that I think can't match that. Even the likes of City, I don't think they have players like that who can do that on a good day.
And Jack Wilshere, phenomenal in the last 5 or 6 games, and I think anyone who denies that either does not know football or they hate Arsenal, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're not an English England fan.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say it would be criminal for the England national side not to take him to the World Cup if he's fit and playing like he is right now?
Yeah. I think it was it the 2014 World Cup where Wilshere kind of just got selected out of nowhere. it was Hudson. I'm one of those people that, you know, just watching him play, it's inspirational, honestly, just kind of how he's come back from injury and just all the work that he's put in staying himself healthy. And I think that going forward, even within the Arsenal team, you know, there's not many people who can offer what he can. And if you look around the league, there are a few, you know, players who are playing, you know, as well or even, you know, better than him. So I think that from an England perspective, you know, it'd be a shame to not see him, you know, on the global level, watching him play, you know, in the World Cup.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Look, really do appreciate your call, Juan, and we'll love to have you on again sometime soon.
Yep, bye.
Enjoy your time in the UK. Bye-bye. Some of the comments coming through on here, no more calls now because we are going to wrap things up soon, from people wanting me to rub my nipples. Literally, some people asked me to rub my nipples. I didn't give you permission to talk about my body in that way. That is sexual harassment. So I will be consulting. No, I won't be really. I quite like it. What else have we had? Yeah, people wanted me to touch my nipples. Let's go through some of these other ones. Arsenal fans are tragic. Oh, that's written in capitals as well by somebody called Swagger. There we go. Somebody called Pingu asking me to... I cannot read that out loud. If my nan was alive, she'd be blushing. I can't read that one. That is terrible. A few people saying I must be gay. So what if I am? Are you saying this because deep down inside you find me attractive? Are you saying this because you truly want to come and kiss and cuddle me? If so, give us a call. You go, oh no, I don't. Do it make you feel uncomfortable when I look into your eyes like that? I am not gay, but I am very comfortable within one's sexuality, you see. No worries. Where's Juan Matters' comments? I'm looking for his. I want to see what this man was saying. Prank call. Now, everyone thought Juan was going to be a prank caller because his name was Juan. You didn't expect him to actually have an articulate viewpoint on football, especially with an American accent. Because sometimes I think some Americans talk about football and they kind of use the wrong terminology a little bit. Like, they don't say an away game, they say like what did they say? They don't say away games, they say like a field game because they've got to travel and something like this. It's really, really weird. Anyway, we are about to finish. We're about to... Oh, someone, Alex, just gave us... I'm not reading out your comment because it's on Super Chat, but you donated $2, but I'm not going to read your comment out because it's a little bit harsh. But anyway, thank you all very much for tuning in. The fan cams on Arsenal Fan TV are now up. But what I wanted to show you before we go is just a little bit about the OneFootball app. I just wanted to show it to you because I know we talk about it a little lot. Is it up on the screen? We're going to get this up on the screen right now. I'm waiting. I'm going to talk about it when it comes up. There we go. So here's the front of it. You'll see here it gives you can click on all news. So literally transfer news there from transfers. Obviously the rapid Sanchez double seals the win for record equaling Wenger. There's obviously adverts in there as well. Lots of different news across all football sites. You see all the news that's in there, it's there. You click on matches as well. So we were already on this game, but it shows you all matches, whether it's previews or not. So let's just say we'll look at a game that's going to preview. So let's look at West Brom and Arsenal. You can look at this. It shows you the difference in league position. You can have a little who you think is going to win. So I'm going to say Arsenal are going to win this game. I click on it. So currently now 4,000 people have voted on this and said that Arsenal are going to win. There is links to having a bit of a bet on it if you want to as well. That's completely up to you. When it comes up, there are live team news things and stuff like this. It's absolutely brilliant. But you can go back to other things on here. There's news. There's transfer. Actual news as well. Oh, what's this? Transfer. Look, the transfer rumours are on. Who knew that? Daniel Sturridge is linked. There we go. See, with a move to Southampton, it gives you an idea. You can say whether or not you agree with it. The link is on there. So what you would do, let's just try and find an Arsenal one. So Jack Wilshere, contract extension rumour. You click here on the link. And it should. You can say whether you think it's good. So we think that's a bit of good news. We can upload that and we can share it onto Twitter and whatnot. You can click on the link itself here. And this will take you to the actual news article. Wonderful app. The link is in the description below. You can download it for free. So you can check all the news out on here. I think it's a great app, so go and give it a little bit of a whirl. But all the fan cams are now ready. Go check them out on Arsenal Fan TV. I'm sure DT's vlog, Troops and Claude's videos will be up soon as well. Everybody take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to FanPark Live. And we'll see you all again very, very soon.